here. It's a great place to be. Come back year after year because there's lots to do. We provide events coordination to various events in the area. So we are involved in Winter Carnival, the Grand Island Area Studio Tour, heavily involved in Canada Day, the Thanksgiving Market, and Christmas Day early. We provide direct and indirect community support to a number of local communities, whether that's through marketing assistance or whether through provision of, say, a web page and maintenance of that type of thing. We maintain a welcome center, so the photographs that are passing around are actual photographs of the center itself, the building, how it's branded, the brochure display, the counter, and all the tourist information that's housed there for people coming in and looking for information about the area. The tourist website itself, grandbandtourism.com, all of the information on there is categorized to a tourist-focused mindset. So it's where to stay, play, shop, dine, all that type of thing. We advertise and promote the area. We try and do as much free stuff as we can, whether it's an online directory or a free paid-for directory. Some, of course, has to be paid for, which we do. We attend tourism and travel shows on behalf of the area, so we go to the Huron County brochure swap. So we exchange information with them in terms of all the other businesses up in that area, and exchanging information. We represent the area on Tourism Sarnia Limited and also the Huron Tourism Association. So we try and be involved in partnership meetings all along the lakeshore. Traditional chamber revenue streams, as you can see, are multiple, with us traditionally through membership fees, but also golf tournaments and speaker series and gala events. All of this brings money into the chamber. For us, our revenue stream looks like this. So we do have membership fees, where people vote year to year whether they're going to pay their membership fee, be a member or not. Our visitors guide, which generates about $2,000 for us, and the annual general meeting, which generates about $1,000. So you can see we have a much reduced revenue stream, sources of revenue coming into us. Who is the Grand Island Area Chamber of Commerce? As you can see, we have members from all over the area. And what's important, I think, to note is that from a tourist point of view, we see people coming into the office all the time, and in their minds they're coming to Grand Island. But that's just a brand name, because they've stayed at Gillespie B&B in Fort Franks for, every year for 5 years. What else is there to discover about the area? Or they've stayed in Park Hill, or they're actually down in Carolinian Campground, which is down in the Wash area. Tourists don't understand our political jurisdictions. Neither would they probably care, so they don't understand, say, the Motorplex is actually not part of Lantern Shores, it's actually part of South Huron. Or Huron Country Playhouse is part of South Huron, it's not part of Lantern Shores. It's just Grand Island. What can I do south of 81 and 21, north of, east of? What can I do? Where can I stay? So I just wanted to point that out as being an important difference, because from a business perspective, the businesses themselves don't make any of those kinds of distinctions. They're servicing their customers regardless of where they're coming from. On a day-to-day basis, we literally answer thousands of emails and inquiries, whether they come by phone, email, through our website, or in person. Generally, we respond to about 4,200 in-person visits. That's literally people walking through the door out of that analysis, it was deemed that a lack of government support, there was a pullback of government support for the area, and local businesses were suffering. And what was one of the things that the Grand Mountain Area Chamber could do to address that? It was decided that promoting the area to potential tourists and businesses would help that situation. So the chamber jumped into a void. It was an identified void, nobody was doing it. Okay, we need to do this, it's important to do it, and let's do it. That was only one part of an overall business plan that that board had actually put together. Over time, it's become almost the entire focus of the chamber, to the point that now at this point, the board, the current board, is faced with making some very difficult financial decisions because these activities are not directly revenue generating for the chamber. They can't continue to do them at the levels that they're doing them because they simply don't have the money to do them. And we need to change our focus. We need to be financially viable. And in order for us to do that, we need to either get monetary support for tourism services, or we need to turn our attention to do more of the traditional chamber services, speakers and professional development and run a golf tournament and those kinds of things, and really cut down on our involvement relative to tourism services. Perhaps we would continue to do the visitor's guide, but it would be questionable as to whether we could maintain a visitor center. So quite simply, and it obviously doesn't take an MBA to understand that the expenses relative to running tourism services outweighs what we're getting in terms of revenue. And our revenue, 95% of it is actually coming from members' fees. So that includes small local businesses who are paying a membership fee. That fee we are using in essence to fund tourism services. But even at that point now, we are literally not bringing in enough money to be able to do that. We've run through savings, and we're now at the point that we are here, hopefully partnership with you. I put together a financial laundry list here, which will give you a breakdown relative to, as you can see, staffing, wages, mileage, and source deductions, the welcome center operation costs, and also the marketing, the tourism website, the print and electronic advertising that we do to promote the area to tourists and potentially new residents and businesses. The 81,000 is quite a hefty figure.